Hello, my ravens. It is hot as heck out here today, and I wish I were doing the ice bucket challenge, but today's video is another one on Asperger syndrome. Now, if you've seen my other two videos, it may have sounded like I was kind of mopey and whiny, and I hate it, and I'm like, oh my god, why? Why did you create me this way? But no, I'm actually a very happy-go-lucky person, and I'm happy most of the time. I just said all the bad stuff to get it out of the way. Now, Asperger's does have bad qualities, but there are also trade-offs for good qualities. One good thing is that most Aspies have a special talent. It could be art. They can draw very good. They can play music very good. I found out I could write pretty good. So there are just tons of things. They can be very gifted at something. So that's kind of the trade-off. You have social awkwardness and not even able to read body language, but it's kind of a trade-off for the really good things, like the special talent, which I love. It's part of what makes me me. And another thing is, I don't know if this applies to everybody, but one thing that particularly applies to me is very good memory. If I see someone, I have almost a photographic memory when it comes to someone's face. Like, I could meet somebody and then see them 10 years later and recognize them. And another thing is, I could have a random conversation with somebody, then the next time I saw them could be 5 years later. They wouldn't know what the heck I was talking about, but I would remember every detail of the conversation we had. So that is one of the another good thing. And when it comes to memory, it helps me when on the drive to do things. Like, whenever I get into something new, I go all out into it, like I said in the other videos. Like, when I first became a Baltimore Ravens fan, I learned the history of draft picks, I learned the history of the team, records, who their worst enemies were, some of their biggest, closest games, and right now I can tell you as much about the team as people who live in Baltimore. When I became a Greg Biffle fan, I learned a lot of his history coming up as a driver, and I can still tell you a lot about the dude. We mentioned the Samurai Warriors thing, where I learned all about the samurais in Japan because of the video game, and I actually learned more Japanese history than I did U.S. history. But what are you gonna do? That can be kind of a double-edged sword, though, no pun intended. Because I can get too focused on things, like certain video games. I can get really focused on them and get obsessive with them. I really go after it, and it takes away from my constructive time doing what I should be doing and marketing my books and writing and such things like that. But whether it's getting my Pokemon to level 100, learning about something that really intrigues me or whatever, I go all out at it, and it gives me the drive. But that has also helped me with my writing career. My editor actually says that she's never had a client that had as much drive as me. But that's because I'm so devoted to it. I market every day on Facebook. I do whatever I can to get my name out there. I'm just totally focused on it. Like with these videos, the YouTube, the Twitter, I tweet all the time. Up to 140 followers. Follow me at Chris Snider 83, by the way. It's just, I don't want to say I'm obsessed with it, but I'm driven to it because I want to be a great writer who people know one day. And that's another one of the good things, like I said. So I don't want this video to be too long, so for this entry, one thing is, what was the first thing? Oh yeah, having a special talent, which is can come very in handy, and also the good memory, at least when it comes to me. You know, some people may have different things. Like I said, one case of Asperger's syndrome is never the same as any other, so there may be other qualities that other people have that I don't. And it's just very interesting. If you have any more questions about Asperger's syndrome, you can find various sites on pages on Facebook. You can go to Wikipedia, Google it. It's really interesting. So next time you get a free chance, you might want to do that. And I hope this video has been alright, and I'm going to get out of here before I melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. So, as I always say, my Ravens, happy reading.